Hi everyone, welcome to this week's health tip. So we're going to continue in our series talking with our office nutritionist Mary about different supplements that I think will be helpful for the population that comes to see me. So today, what are we going to be talking about, Mary?
In keeping in line with our previous week's topic about gut health and digestion, we are going to be talking about our friendly digestive enzymes.
Okay.
Just to give you some perspective with regards to digestive enzymes, the way it works is, why do we need digestive enzymes? The reason being, what is happening is if just this is like a little science example, is when you eat the food, it actually goes into your stomach, correct? And their stomach has acids that has different kind of enzymes that are actually breaking down the different food groups like the carbohydrates, the fat, and the protein. The thing is that we don't know is that there are different enzymes that break down different kinds of foods. So it's not like there is one enzyme and it breaks down all kinds of foods. So what normally happens is when we start to experience digestive issues like bloating, acid reflux, heartburn, is our stomach is missing some of those enzymes. And that's the reason why what happens is the stomach is really struggling to break down the food, and especially in cases where you're having very fibrous kind of vegetables or you're eating like tougher kind of meat, you will really experience those issues. So that's where having digestive enzymes can be very, very helpful because they actually help to break down that food. Okay, so you can see it over here is without the digestive enzyme, what is happening is the food is not being broken down, which really means you're actually not getting the full complement of the nutrients that you're actually eating. So, I always say is it's not about what you eat, it's really about what you absorb. And the only way you can absorb is when you're breaking down the food effectively. So that's where if you're noticing that you're having those digestive issues, or for that matter, having constipation, then you may want to sort of incorporate digestive enzymes into your regime.
Yep.
And that's the reason why it's actually a very critical product. The reason being is from the client base that I work with, almost 80 to 90% people actually experience some form of digestive discomfort. And there is this misconception that, oh, I'm getting old and that's the reason why I should have these issues. I will tell you that's not the case. I even see lots of young people having digestive issues at
Okay.
every stage in your life they're experiencing. So
Yep.
that's the reason why if you start taking digestive enzymes, you will notice that it will really, really help you with better digestion and better absorption. Okay,
Perfect.
so as Dr. Marco was talking about how he's more in favor of products that are more in a liquid form, there is a reason why. So the digestive enzyme that I'm going to talk about actually is part of the isotonics line of products. And what it really means is isotonics is a special delivery process. So if you really look at this picture, you can figure out. So most of us, when we take a supplement, it's either in a tablet or a capsule form, correct? And so normally what happens is in order to even create the tablet or capsule, the companies need to use a lot of binders, fillers, and coatings, which are really chemicals that you don't even need in your body. Now, what happens when you take them, it actually will now sit in your stomach at least minimum for around 4 to 6 hours because the stomach acids now need to break it down. And after it's broken down to the consistency of a liquid fluid called isotonic, that's when it starts to sort of go into your small intestine where the absorption starts to take place. So unfortunately, what happens is you start to lose a lot of the nutrients in the stomach. So by the time it actually even goes to the intestine, you may be getting around 30 to 40% absorption of the nutrient from that supplement.
Mhm.
So that's where the isotonics delivery system is the what is the second best delivery system, I would say. The first best delivery system is getting an IV shot, correct? So when you want the nutrient into your body and you want 99% absorption, you're taking an IV shot. So IV shots are pretty popular. Like, you can take like a vitamin C shot, you can take a B shot, like, you can take just like, IV if you are low on like, fluids.
Yep.
So what isotonics really does is the supplement is all in a powder form. And what you really do is you mix it with a certain amount of room temperature water. The key is room temperature water
Right.
because the liquids in our stomach are all in room temperature form. So by taking that empty stomach, what really happens is that the stomach says, oh, it's actually the same fluid as the body fluids. I don't have to do anything with it. And within 5 minutes, it starts to drain into your, gut, and the absorption starts to take place. And the second thing is that, you don't need to eliminate any of the binders, fillers, and coatings, because when you take those, now your liver has to work extra hard to eliminate it from your body. So that's what the isotonics delivery advantage is. So that's why it's the second best option to absorption in your body.
Perfect. So basically, you'll get a little cap like this. You'll add a cap full of the product, then you add water up to a specific fill line, give it a little swirl, basically, and then you can drink it more or less like
That's correct. So digestive enzyme is one of those products that you would actually take it after meal. But most of the isotonics products, we always recommend it taking empty stomach to get the best absorption, because obviously with digestive enzyme, you need to have food inside your stomach to help it to digest. Okay. Right. So going back to the digestive enzyme product, what it's really doing is, as I said, it's really helping to break down the food. So like I've lots of clients who have bloating, acid reflux, heartburn. And in fact, just recently, there's a client who was having bloating. And by taking this digestive enzyme just for 1 week, she already started to notice how her bloating has gone down tremendously. So that's how active and fast it actually works, And you will start to notice as over a period of time, your digestion will improve to the point where you can actually even stop taking digestive enzymes, and your stomach will have the ability to digest the food on its own. So this is again a product that needs to be in your vitamin cabinet. If you have digestive issue in the beginning, you may have to take it consistently for a period of time. But once your digestive issues get resolved, what's going to happen is you can have it ever so often. Say, for instance, you go to a buffet and you ate a little bit more than what you should be. This will really help you to help with the digestion, correct? Sometimes it can happen is you ate something doesn't appeal with your stomach. Taking this can really help you with that. So I would say this is something that you should actually definitely have in your cabinet. In fact, I'll share with you is I even use this when people have diarrhea or upset stomach. I actually tell them to take the digestive enzymes, and if they take a few doses, you will notice as the diarrhea will go away.
Yeah, that's good. It's probably a good thing to take it on trips too if you're traveling.
Absolutely, because I notice it because I guess the stress of traveling and moving through different time zones, it can upset. So most of the times people will feel like they have constipation, because that's what normally happens when you travel, correct? So having this handy is really good, because then you're going to have good bowel movement, and you're going to be fine. And on the flip side, if you do have diarrhea because you ate something at that particular place that didn't appeal, or the water, something was wrong with the water, digestive enzyme can really, really help you. So yes, every time I travel, I always take it with me. And what is great, you actually get it in a packet form. So this way, you don't have to carry this bottle with you. You can carry the packets. And that way, if you actually experience any digestive issues, this can really help.
Awesome. Good.
And one more thing I want to just mention is if you ever have food allergies, like you are eating some foods and you break out into a histamine attack, then what you can do is if you start taking digestive enzyme on an ongoing basis, you will start to notice you'll have a higher tolerance to eating that food. So let me give you an example. Is my son used to have allergy to shrimp. So every time he ate shrimp, he would break out into these red spots on his body, and then I would have to give him Benadryl to deal with that. So what I did is I started giving him digestive enzymes, and he would take it after each meal. And now I notice he can eat as many shrimp as he wants, and there is no breakout. So that's again another way it's showing that the stomach is actually able to break down that food, and that's why you're not having a reaction to that particular food. Actually, it also tastes really good. It's got this little lemony kind of flavor, and you drink it after your meal, and you will notice within 10 minutes it starts to activate, and you are going to feel much better. So maybe this is something you should take next week when you actually have your Thanksgiving meal. Because remember how the turkey actually has tryptophan in it, and it sort of makes you feel lethargic and sleepy. Having digestive enzyme will actually counter that.
That's a good point. All right. So if anybody wants to order, once again, we'll have a link to order it. And if you want to just speak to Mary about it and get some good instructions on how much to take and when and those kind of things, you can always reach out to her. Her information is under the video as well. And that's it for this week. And we'll see you next time. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Bye-bye.